Well, good afternoon, folks. It is 12 o'clock. We'll continue to welcome folks as they join us today. But we thank you so much for taking the time, showing the appreciation of what we have to offer with regards to our homes, and specifically today a webinar, a rather unique webinar, a highly customized Cottonwood. This is a home, as we are proud of all of our homes, but this is a home that we want to show you. And as Joey will walk you through very carefully, the unique details of the customized changes that our client made to this home that they really couldn't be happier with. So as we go through this, we're just going to encourage you to use the chat to ask any question related to the Cottonwood, the process, Coval Homes, anything in general related to getting your home built. More than likely, we're going to answer that question during the course of our discussion today. If we think it might be a bit unique to you and your individual circumstances, what we might do is simply give you a call immediately after the webinar, just to make certain that we'll answer this question as thoroughly as you would deserve us to do so. So without any further ado, let's give our attention to Joey, and we can look forward to learning all about this beautiful, beautiful home.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. And again, yeah, thank you all for coming, whether you're joining us live or seeing the recording that we're doing later. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the tour. So we'll get right into it. Chris, if you'd like to go ahead and begin sharing our website, we're going to show everyone how to use the virtual tours. And let me actually take our videos down just so there's no distraction. Video here, so it's all full screen. All right, very cool. All right, so this is our website, and want everyone to sort of go in with the idea that you should be able to use this freely yourself. This isn't something that's secretive or internal or only for us as the Coval team. This is something that is useful for you too. So when you go down to our home plans, these are all of our different home plans. Today we're going to be discussing the Cottonwood. So when I click on this, I can see photos, videos, and the virtual tours, which we're going to do in just a moment. But I also wanted to point out here, resources, virtual tours. Right there. If you click on this link, virtual tours, you don't have to scan through all the houses that don't have virtual tours. You can just easily find all of them and explore the homes yourself to see if maybe one of them's your dream home. So feel free to use the virtual tour link there. But today we're going to talk about the Cottonwood. This happened to be a personal client of mine. I helped her take the Cottonwood and customize it and upgrade it and do all kinds of stuff. And now it's a fully finished built home. And it's really, really something amazing. So we scan down here, and this is the Coval Cottonwood virtual tour. This is the one we're going to do of my client. And then also, if you scroll down a little bit more, we actually have a second virtual tour of the Cottonwood. This one is a much more standard, less customized layout. So if you're wondering what's the difference between a custom one or a standard one, walk through both of these homes and also take a look at the photos and even here on the layout, and you're going to get a much better overview. Of course, everything you see here on the layout on the website, this is the standard layout. We can actually flip this. So the garage and everything is on the right side, mirroring the plan. So if you get any confusion at all when we go through the virtual tour, that's probably because of it. So this one that we're doing today, this is a right side, right facing house. So if there's any confusion, that's probably why. But yeah, let's get right into it. The Coval Custom Cottonwood. So we're starting here in the kitchen. And I want to point out how to use this program so you can, after this short 30 minutes that we have together today, then you can use these tools. So quick overview of the tools on the program. Down here at the bottom left, there's these three buttons. Measurement mode. You can click on this and actually measure things. Most of our virtual tours have all the measurements already done. This one, it doesn't. I think because it was just such a massive house, some of the measurements were really hard to get, so we avoided doing that this time. But floor plan and dollhouse are helpful. Click on the floor plan first. All right, so real quick, like I said before, we mirrored this house. So this big black blank space here, this front door, the garage is actually here on the right side, this huge 4-car garage. And to give you kind of a little hint about how upgraded this house is, all these green dots and yellow dots, those are upgrades and custom layout changes. We tried to organize them by color, so it's a little more helpful. Green is upgrade, yellow is customizations. All the blue ones, those are standards. But you can see they've customized the layout quite a bit. The laundry room is totally different. The master walk-in closet is bigger. And one of the major changes is the kitchen and the back porch. In the original plan, the kitchen is a few feet shorter because there's a big rectangle of a back porch here normally, but as you can see, they've moved the back porch down. This wall here with these windows and doors is normally right about here for a big 10-foot back porch. One other thing, this little dot right here, that's a link. You can click on this and see the outside back covered porch. And I'll show you how to do that. Another thing that you can do here, we mentioned, is the dollhouse mode. Click on dollhouse and it lets you do a 3-dimensional view, almost like you're hovering above the house with no roof. That's a really good way to get a view of the space. This is a almost 4,000 square foot house. I think it's about 3,750, maybe 850. It's a big home. So yeah, let's get right into it. Again, I hope that's helpful for using the tools. Start right here at the entry. So in this case, you've walked right through the front door, and this is the first thing that you see. To the left, big open dining area to the hallway. This wall that you're looking at in front is actually the pantry that you access from the other side. Huge open space right here. This is actually quite a long wall too here. I think our homeowners were planning on putting even some type of a table or maybe a hutch, some kind of an entry table. There's just so much space right here that you can use. And then also around here, you have this little corner area. You can use a lot of space too. But swooping around here, just want to show that is our front door, standard front door with standard peekaboo windows. Those are nice. And if you look out, you can even see the pine tongue and groove soffits out there on the front porch. That's a standard with Coval. Here we are in the dining room, large 5-foot by 6-foot window, standard. And let's take a look around here at the best part of this house, and that's the kitchen. Look at that. I mean, that's just a beautiful kitchen. That's an 8-foot long island. Lots of cabinet space. I think they might have added maybe 2 or 3 feet of cabinet space, and they customized the breakfast bar. So this right here is unique. Most Coval homes do not have a hop-up bar, breakfast bar kind of thing like this. Usually, as I mentioned before, this whole wall with the sliding glass door, the windows, normally that wall is pretty much right here where the breakfast bar is. Instead, they wanted to utilize that 10 feet to have 10 feet of living space. And then they pretty much kept the kitchen where it is. They extended the cabinets just a little bit, but we did this breakfast bar. And we also, around the corner, if I stand here and look around, we added these extra lights And this roughly 10-foot space here, they're planning on putting a table right in front of this window that you see to my right, so that this is like a breakfast nook sort of mini dining room. That was just such a cool idea. And of course, they're going to do high top table bar stools for that breakfast bar. But just look at that kitchen. That is just awesome. And again, we want to talk about how to utilize the tools. These little info bits, we call them, these little colorful dots. They're all there for the purpose of, if you click on them, they're answering questions that you're probably asking. And I will tell you, if there's a question you have that's not answered, let us know, because we want to have a little info bit there. So all you do is click on it and it'll tell you, usually the first word is upgrade or standard. So in this case, easy to see, oh, this is upgraded backsplash. This is not our standard subway tile. Upgraded quartz countertops. Our standard countertops are laminate. They're a nice laminate. They look a lot like quartz and granite, but nothing beats real stone. So this is an upgraded countertop. Up here, standard staggered wall cabinets and crown molding. That's nice. The design is, that's the standard design of the cabinet. I will point out though, and I think it's this info bit here, upgraded cabinet, the style is called Brelin, and it's got the stone gray paint. I don't know if paint is technically the right term for cabinets, but that's an upgraded style of cabinet. One other thing that we can point out here with the standard cabinet design and the crown molding, soft close cabinet doors and drawers. And also the cabinets are real wood. They're all real wood with the dovetailed box design. So that's an upgrade for almost every builder like us. The cabinets are incredible. You've probably noticed our lighting, just to look up here. I love the choice that our homeowner made with these decorative sort of bent style of lights. And the info bit here mentions custom lighting fixtures. Every Coval home comes standard with hanging pendant lights like these. However, this home was able to do something unique that's not always possible, customizing the lighting fixtures with these gorgeous twisted lights. So that's something that comes down to the project. Every project's different. Sometimes we're able to do more custom things, other times we're not. In this case, we were. And that just comes down to the individual project, the project manager, all those kind of things. But if those twisted lights weren't able to be customized, you would still have beautiful hanging pendant lights, along with all this recessed can lighting. All these recessed can lights making the house very, very bright, along with all this natural light. That's all standard. Speaking of which, looking up here, click right there, upgrade, upgraded skylight. So this is not a standard, but it's actually a pretty inexpensive upgrade. A lot of folks do skylights. Can't do a lot of them because of Washington State residential codes. You can't do a lot of them because of UV, but still, if you're able to do one or two, it really adds a lot of light. Looking over here at the wall, standard 6-foot sliding glass door. That's our standard right there. Maybe you want something bigger and better. Maybe you want an 8-foot. We can do it. Maybe you want French doors. We can do that too. Something else I'll point out here, mentions right here, standard ceilings, which are about 8 foot. And again, this is a very big house. This is about a 4,000 square foot house. So when we measure what we call the top plate, from the floor to that bottom to the top, that's the shortest distance across the whole house. But these are standard vaulted ceilings. So you look at a house, the bigger the house, the taller the house, right? The bigger the house, the taller the house. So roughly 8 foot at the shortest point, and then going all the way up there to the peak of these standard vaulted ceilings. I mean, they're like 12, 13 feet tall. It's such a beautiful open living space. Something else we can say about looking at this big open space is the flooring. This is actually a standard flooring. This is called our Ludlow, which is a beautiful luxury vinyl plank floor. waterproof, scratch proof, scuff dent, stain resistant. It's awesome. However, they did upgrade it in that, I think this info bit points it out here, we extended it everywhere that carpet would be. So normally this whole area, the great room, the walkways, the standard is to begin with carpet to keep the cost down, but it's a very popular upgrade. If you don't only want this in the wet areas, if you want it in all the other major areas, then get rid of the carpet, do more of the luxury vinyl planking. We can also do tile if you'd rather have a tiled floor, especially in bathrooms or maybe your mud room. You can do that, it's no problem. But in an area like this, in the kitchen, pantry, entry, laundry, bathrooms, it's standard LVT flooring. One thing that's not included, I think these pointed out right here, appliances. Appliances are not included in Coval homes for very good reason. Probably the best reason is because now you're not limited to just doing one style or one brand. There's so many brands out there, you know, LG, Samsung, Wolf. There's a million brands out there. You're able to get your own deal. Go to Best Buy, go to Costco, get something that all matches and it's the one you want. So just let us know and we can plan for that. Maybe you want a bigger fridge or a bigger stove. We just got to redesign the cabinets to meet that. Looking in here is another great reason to build either the Cottonwood or the Douglas, which is like a smaller Cottonwood, and that is the butler's pantry. So this is like a second kitchen. See if I can hop in here and zoom out a little bit. This is so awesome. It's countertops, cabinets, backsplash, all this stuff, and room for a second fridge or a freezer. And then in this room is actually the HVAC furnace, which is nice. A lot of homes, including old Coval homes, we used to put the HVAC in the attic or in the garage. You know, you don't want to have to climb in the attic to change a filter. You don't want to go in the garage and take up space. Having the HVAC in this little tucked away dedicated closet, it runs better. It's still nice and quiet, and it's easier to service because eventually things have to be serviced, right? Even if it's just a filter. So that's the kitchen and the pantry. This is the great room. This was a very beautiful upgrade. Big, beautiful fireplace we did. I believe we did the stone veneer as well. The only thing that we didn't do was this custom mantle. I believe the homeowner had that added. And then it's a huge great room, so not a bad idea to add a floor outlet. That's not too expensive. You're going to have couches and rugs and tables, and that way you don't have to run power cords from here to there. All right, running around here again, making good use of our little info bits. Click on this. Lets you know a little bit more details. Custom layout, approximately 320 square foot of new living space. So that's a big change to the plan. Also, click over here and there's another info bit right there. Open family room. So normally this was a wall because it would have been outside. So if you look back at the other standard layout, you can see that this walkway wouldn't have existed without that 320 square foot covered space being converted into new living space. And even though our customer converted the outdoor living space, we still have a huge outdoor living space. They added one. So they added this door. You can see the info bit here. We added this door we call a full light door with glass. And look at this. You see this little button? Click the icon to see the massive back covered area. So let's click that. And here we are. We're transported to the backyard. And we have a huge custom back porch. And by the way, pine tongue and groove soffits that you see above, those are standard. Pine tongue and groove soffits come standard on every single Coval porch, front porch and back porch. The only upgrade that they did was the lighting. The recessed can lighting, that is an upgrade. But look at that, huge, huge outdoor space. I think that this thing is about 36 or 32 feet wide, and it's got to be at least 10 to 12 feet in depth. Just a huge, huge area. Most of our virtual tours, because it's very complicated to get these things captured, the technology is amazing, but it's not easy to do. So being able to look at the outside of a house in a virtual tour like this is not easy to do. But I want to point out standard hardy plank lap siding around 100% of the building. Hardy plank lap siding is not done on the outside of every house that you see that other builders do. A lot of times other builders will do hardy plank siding on the face, or you upgrade to do it on the rest. It might be Tyvek with like a very thin, more cheap plastic around the outside of the siding. Coval homes always do hardy plank lap siding, and the windows too. The trim around the windows is standard. Even screens on the windows, a lot of builders won't even do screens. So anytime you're comparing apples to apples, be sure to figure out the standards. That's usually where you're going to see a big change. All right, so here we are back inside. Again, just to help get our bearings, let me click here on floor plan mode. And family room, breakfast bar, porch. So this is where we are here, but let's take a quick walk through the rest of the house. All right, so now we see ourselves in the guest bathroom. The windows, the mirrors were left off. I think our homeowner was going to do something different. That right there is a standard tub, but they upgraded the tile. And then in here is a private toilet room and a standard shower. We'll hop around here to the hallway where we have 2 bedrooms. I believe this was the boys' room, so they did a nice mural on the wall. I think the mom painted these, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's something of an artist. And there's one in the little daughter's room too. So let me jump over here. Oops, looks like this is getting stuck. Let me jump to the other end of this hallway. There we go. There's a guest bathroom there. Standard toilet and tub combo in here. Again, they upgraded the quartz countertops and the backsplash. Back out to the hallway. And here is the daughter's room. Another beautiful mural. Very pretty. They also had some furniture moved in here, and our little info bits mentioned closet organizers not included. So not a standard. All right, now here we are getting into the front rooms of the house. This is the front of the house. Another big room here, might be a bedroom, office, whatever. Beautiful, beautiful living space in here. And here we are back in the dining room where we started. So we're about 70% of the way through the home. Here's the mudroom / laundry room. Take a look at the layout. You'll see that this was customized. Normally it's not this large, but those doors, both of those doors actually go to the garage. So normally we have one, we added a second door, huge 4-bay garage back there. All right, we saved some of the best for last here. Little powder bathroom for guests. That's nice, nice and simple. Extra closet space there in the hallway. And here we are in the master suite. Huge master suite. It's about 17 feet, I believe. And it has a massive walk-in closet. The standard walk-in closet is about this size, but it's an L shape. because of the laundry. Instead, we customized the laundry space to make this even bigger too. And again, there's some furniture in here that we don't include. That'd be something for you to furnish. And we'll end our tour here in the master bath, the main master suite bathroom, custom cabinets. We added this pantry cabinet. We turned a 5-foot tub into a 6-foot tub, making the space a little bit better. And then lastly, we did a big, beautiful custom tiled shower with frameless glass door. So this home has a ton of stuff going for it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. We've got about 5 minutes left on our virtual tour. Please use our Q&A chat feature for any of our guests who are joining us live. We're going to keep walking through this house for another couple of minutes, and we'll finish our tour in about 5 minutes. Gary, did you have anything you wanted to add, or any questions that others might bring up? Hopefully I'm not.
I will, Joey. Thanks for
Oh, thank you.
taking us through that home so nicely. And again, as I'm giving you a call later this afternoon, just to further express our appreciation for you taking the time, but to give you further opportunity to ask good questions. But probably the most common change, is to convert the outdoor living space. And now we're speaking to the layout that you'll see on the website. But it's already a quite large outdoor living space. And as Joey said, with pine tongue and groove saw, but it's 32 by 10. So you may have noted a lot of builders don't even include such outdoor living space, but that is within the base price. Convert that to living space as these folks did. That'd be $29,600 currently, or $92.50 per square foot. So we do compensate you for the fact that it is already existing. It just needs to be converted from covered outdoor living to living space. Then Joey referred to the fact that they had replaced quite a bit of the carpet. We hear all the time folks either have, unfortunately, allergies or animals, and that's a great advantage to have the luxury vinyl tile as opposed to the carpet. That is an example of a standard option, though, just so you can appreciate the quality. It's lifetime warranty, waterproof with us, scuff, dent, stain resistant. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. We don't think you could do any better. But then if you look back at that standard layout on the website, another common, relatively common change is to convert the dining room to an enclosed area. Depending upon how you do that, you put French doors, for instance, it's approximately going to cost $1,800 to take that dining room and enclose it, whether you want to make it an office or just a more formal dining room area. And then just coming back to the other one, but thank you, Joey, for showing us the standard layout. We can add windows quite nicely, and I would suggest rather inexpensively, as the homeowner in the customized version did. They added 3 windows, but can't get enough outdoor living space. Comparing our homes to others, we tend to have 20% bigger windows as a standard versus others as a standard home. So we can appreciate the value of light in the Pac Northwest. But just to remind you, if we haven't already met, our base price includes everything but the appliances for the reason that Joey noted, to your advantage. Otherwise, it is complete, ready to move in. And then the exterior, 3-foot stem wall, 30-year architectural roof, cement lap siding, Milgard lifetime low E double glazed windows with screens. We're just lacking the exterior paint. But I'm going to suggest, as is most often the case, our customized 2-color exterior paint is very, very competitive. But hey, if you know somebody and you can get it done less expensively, that's one of the many facets of the on your lot advantage. So, and I'll just offer you this, and then I'll direct it back to Joey if you don't have any questions on the chat for us. But at least through the end of this year, we are continuing to offer $2,000 credit toward the cost of the home. We'll deduct it from the fourth draw during construction, but toward a permit consultant. And the beauty of a permit consultant, still as we emerge from this pandemic, it's still not what it was before working with the county, no fault of theirs. But that permit consultant will collect your permits, submit your permit, retrieve the building permit, alleviate a great deal of frustration for you, sometimes even saving you money because their job is to know the county codes as well, if not better than those that might work there. And then save time and get us to the build sooner than we might have otherwise. One of our business principles is we don't think you should have to become an expert at something that you're only going to do once. So that's an example of that. So, Joey, what would you like to say in conclusion?
Yeah, thank you, Gary, and I appreciate you stepping in too. I'm not sure if my audio is maybe still cutting in and out, but if you can check our webinar chat, there's 2 questions in there. Would you check those and answer those for us before we run out of time completely?
Absolutely. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you.
How much does it generally cost to change out the walls? Is there a flat cost or walls per area? Thank you, Kimberly. Good question. It really is dependent upon the change. And as promised, Kimberly, I will call you later this afternoon. If you have a couple examples of what you might want to do, I'll give you a specific cost. We don't like to speak of money in generalizations and potentially be inaccurate when it comes to being more specific for you later. But it's often less than you would expect it to be, especially if it's an interior wall. James asked, what was the total cost for this home as shown? We'd have to look that up. And in fact, I can speak to specifics, James, but overall cost actually, now that I think about it, we wouldn't want to really speak to that for the sake of just the confidentiality of what the homeowner paid for it. But anything specific, James, we'll give you a cost of what it would be right now, and we'll do better than that. In fact, give us what you want to do, James, and we'll send you a home order estimate. It's a comprehensive, detailed estimate of what the overall cost of the home would be today for you, as opposed to just the generalities of what this home was then, because this home was sold. Let me just, never like to guess at things. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And this home was sold going on 2 years ago. So costs are relevant to time, of course. But again, let us know. And like I said, without having to meet, we'll send you an estimate and email at your convenience. Well, I think that exhausts the questions for now, Joey. So I'll give it back to you again.
Oh, thanks, Gary. And again, I think my computer audio and stuff might be cutting in and out, so I don't want to say too much, but thank you, Gary, for handling the questions and encouraging us and giving us more information. Everyone who joined us, thank you so much. If you're watching this recording later on, please feel free to reach out to any of us at Coval Homes. Estimates, encouragement, questions, resources, referrals, whatever we can do. Thank you all. We'll end the webinar right here. Thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to helping you build your dream home. Thank you all.